rain would not go away, but last night we played anyway. 3 rain delays, though, could not slow down the Tribe's offense.
There you
Hammered
go.
to center field. Back goes Dyson. Still going back. He's out of room. It's out of here. Matt Laporta with a grand slam. Second straight night, an Indians hitter has hit a granny. Today, the Indians will try to leave the Royals feeling blue. They're going for a sweep next on Channel 3. Hopefully, Mother Nature will be a little more kind here this afternoon as the Indians and the Royals hope to wrap up this 3-game series at Kauffman Stadium. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. We had 3 rain delays last night, but the Indians ultimately prevailed with the win. That's the good news. And there's better news. Michael Brantley extends his hitting streak now to 18 games, longest by a rookie, even beyond the old streak that Corey Snyder had back in '86.
Well, he's as locked in as you can get right now. You can tell he's seeing the ball very well. Every place that ball is, inside, outside, down the middle, he is hitting it. The left field, center field, and right, and he's hitting the ball very hard with authority. So he's doing his job, and you can see the longest by an Indians rookie since Larry Doby back in 1948. So Casey Blake had a 26-game hitting streak a few years back. You never know. The way Michael's swinging, he might be able to catch him.
And, of course, he still has the longest current active hit streak right now in Major League Baseball. Pitching matchup today, the Tribe will go with Josh Tomlin. You know, he's had some good results. He's had some tough results at times. But the nice thing about Tomlin, he continues to attack.
He attacks, and he continues to pitch at least 5 innings. He's done it in every start, 9 this year. I mean, this guy's amazing. He doesn't look like he's overpowering, which he is not. He moves the ball in and out. He cuts it. He sinks it. He changes speeds. And you can see 5 innings in all 9 starts, 4-3 this year. He's going to be trying to pitch for the sweep this afternoon, going up against Luke Hoshaver, who has been on the DL most of the year, but he did beat the Indians May 20th.
Tribe going for a 3-game sweep today here in Kansas City. And we're back with the play-by-play action coming up shortly. First, more Indians on deck is straight ahead.
mind if I get a picture of all you guys?
A gorgeous day for baseball as the Indians and the Royals put the wraps on this 3-game series, and the Tribe, of course, going for a 3-game sweep. On the hill today for Kansas City is right-hander Luke Hochshaver, and the Indians starting lineup is presented by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Michael Brantley leads it off, followed by Drew Sutton. Then Shin-Soo Choo bats third. He's had a big series, and he's had good career numbers against Luke Hochshaver. Shelley Duncan, Matt Laporta, Trevor Crowe occupy the middle of the order. Then it's Andy Marte, Luis Valbuena, and Chris Jimenez.
On the mound for the Royals this afternoon, making his 15th start and 16th appearance, Luke Hochshaver is 5-5, a 481 earned run average. Now he spent most of the year on the disabled list, placed on it June 16th with a right elbow sprain and transferred to the 60-day DL. They reactivated him September 1st. He's pitched down in the minor leagues and out of the bullpen. His last win came May 26th. Let's check out the defense behind Hochshaver this afternoon. It's Gordon Blanco Meyer in the outfield. It's Benjamin Betancourt Aviles Kayahue on the infield with Pena behind the plate. That defense is brought to you by Huntington Bank.
Jim Joyce behind the plate calling the balls and strikes today. Marvin Hudson at first. Darrell Cousins, crew chief at second. Mike Estabrook down at third. Sun bursting through the clouds here in KC. It was rainy last night. Throughout the overnight, just cloudy this morning, but we might have lots of sunshine before it's all said and done here today.
Clear sailing. That's a good thing.
There is rain, but not till later in the forecast. Hopefully we'll be all done before that would be an issue. Michael Brantley riding an 18-game hitting streak coming into today's action. Hard to believe, Rick, the last Indians rookie to have a hitting streak this long was Larry Doby back in 1948.
Yes, it really is. I mean, he's been very, very consistent.
Now the 1-1. And a ground ball hit to short. Fielded there by Betancourt. Throws that one away. Among rookies in Indians history, Michael Brantley out there with some pretty big names. Shooting with Joe Jackson, Dale Mitchell, Larry Doby, Kenny Keltner. You know, you've got Brantley with the longest hitting streak since Doby in 48. Chris Perez, the youngest Indian ever to have 21 saves. A couple of young guys that, you know, at least have something to hang their hat on when they go home this offseason.
Well, the thing I'm thinking about, I think where Perez would be if he had the opportunity all year long to close games.
Yeah.
You know, he has 21 now, 30, easily.
Now the 0-1. Hit in the air, left center field, well struck by Drew Sutton. Back goes Gordon, it's over his head, and it's going to one-hop the wall. And Drew Sutton with his first extra base hit as an Indian. Rolls into second base with a one-out double. Hard to figure out, Rick, where this guy may fit into the Indians' future plans. We don't know much about him. He came to the Tribe this summer off the waiver wire from the Cincinnati Reds. He played mostly at AAA Louisville this year. But, you know, he's a big kid, so far from what we've seen, handles his position well defensively.
Well, he's playing shortstop today. This is the first time we get to see him at short.
Yeah.
He played second the first few games back in Cleveland. So, yeah, you're right. We don't know much about him.
Shin-Soo Choo looks at the ball up and away.
Choo DHing today. He'll get the day off in the outfield, which is a good idea.
What we know about Shin-Soo Choo, he can hit. And hit for power. 19 home runs. And now, after a reversal by the official scorer last night, 19 stolen bases. So he needs just one more homer and one more steal to be a 2020 guy.
When did they change that? Was that in the notes? I missed
Right before the game.
Okay. Well, you know he's going to get his 2020. That's a given, I would think.
Last night in the game, in case you missed it or if you were with us and you may remember, he went to second base. I believe it was in the top of the ninth inning. And it was ruled indifference at the time. But they changed it to a stolen base because it was a one-run game, I'm assuming.
Well, that, and they had to be holding him on.
A drive deep right field. This baby is gone to Souvenir City. Shin-Soo Choo. Home run number 20 on the year. A two-run blast. His fourth home run of the series. He's driven in 10 this weekend in Kansas City. And he stakes the Indians to a 2-0 lead here in the first inning.
How hot is Choo? He is on fire. He may get that 20th bag today. There it is, down and in, and that's right into his wheelhouse. And that was no doubt as soon as it left the bat. Great swing. Indians will do it again. They'll jump up top.
Chad Harris of North Lawrence, Ohio wins free Coke for a year thanks to that home run by Choo. And our next contestant is Jamie Kravantka of Macedonia, Ohio. If you're not registered, log on to STOHD.com. Even though time is running out before the month of September is over, we'll give away free Coke every time Cleveland hits a home run here on STO. Shelley Duncan. Swung on and missed. 2 down. Our great clip of the game from last night, Matt Laporta with a grand slam on a 2-1 pitch. Socked it to straightaway center field through the driving range. And it helped the Indians to a 5-0 lead. Eventually they would go on to the 6-4 win. Relax, you're at Great Clips.
Well, it's been the long ball in this series for the Indians. And I mean, they've hit some big ones. A couple of grand slams. They've had big innings.
Just thinking to myself, Brian Pena is probably going to be talking to himself.
Yeah,
after this
that's
series
right.
is over. He's tried every which way to get Shin-Soo Choo out. Nothing's worked.
Well, they didn't put Pena in there last night. Choo didn't go deep, so maybe it's his finger calling or his pitch calling.
It's a way to give a guy a complex.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's him.
You go up there and say, we're not catching you against Cleveland anymore. Every time you're in there, Choo goes deep. It's only been 4 times in 2 games.
The 1-1. That home run by Laporta last night just his first hit in his last 18 at-bats.
Yeah, he's been caught in between. And last night he finally had a pitch with 2 outs. I mean, he had the count in his favor after swinging at the first breaking ball. And it was a fastball count. He sat for the fastball and hit it. And I mean, hit it a long way. And at that point, we were saying, you know, as a hitter, you have to eliminate doubt. And when the bases were loaded, you knew he wasn't going to come with a breaking ball. It just makes you that much better of a hitter. And Matt hasn't done that this year. He's been caught in between a lot.
Got him there. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Hoshaver, but 2 runs for the Tribe, thanks to Shin-Soo Choo's 20th home run of the season. The Royals starting 9 for Ned Yost. Gregor Blanco leads it off, followed by Mike Aviles, who's riding a 9-game hitting streak. Then Billy Butler, followed by Wilson Bedeman, Keila Kaiahue, Brian Pena, Alex Gordon, Unieski Betancourt, and Mitch Meyer.
Indians starting pitcher today is Josh Tomlin, and Josh is brought to you by the Indians Team Shops, where if you spend $50, you receive a voucher good for 2 tickets. Josh making his 10th start. He has pitched at least 5 innings in his first 9 starts, and he has won his last 3 decisions. Starting with a game against the Royals back in Cleveland.
Gregor Blanco takes the first pitch strike. Former Atlanta Brave. One pitch, and that's in the air to center field. Michael Brantley runs it down, 1 away.
Check the Tribe defense out behind Tomlin this afternoon. It'll be Duncan in left, Brantley in center, Crow is in right. It'll be Marte at third, Sutton is at shortstop, Valbuena at second, Laporte at first, and the catcher this afternoon will be Chris Jimenez. In his last start, Josh Tomlin beat the Los Angeles Angels. Remember, it was the night that Shelley Duncan had a great night. Hit 2 homers, drove in all 4 runs. They won 4-3. That was his 3rd win in a row. But it started August 27th in a game back in Cleveland against the Royals. For Tomlin, he went 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, but that was the route. They beat him 15-4. They got a lot of run support.
Aviles pops it up left field. Shelley Duncan fighting the sun. He's there, and he makes the catch, 2 down. Our achievement of the game is brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in us all. 3rd Indians pitcher since 1920 to go at least 5 innings in each of his first 9 career starts. How about Herbie score, 1959?
Yeah, he'll tie Herbie today if he can go 5.
Josh Tomlin has been A pleasant surprise for the Indians this year. Billy Butler is on fire. 8 hits in his last 18 at-bats. He's scored 5. He's driven in 5. He's hit a couple of home runs. Kansas City heading to Detroit after today's game. If Butler gets a hit in that series, that will give him 100 consecutive series with at least 1 hit.
The way he's swinging the bat, I'm going to say he's going to do it. And then they move on to Cleveland after that, and that's their last road trip of the year. They play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Cleveland after the 3-game series in Detroit.
Tomlin with a 1-2 in the dirt. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Right at the second baseman, Valbuena. And the Royals go 1-2-3. Cleveland 2, Kansas City nothing after 1 inning of play. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Subway. Play hard, eat fresh. By Continental Airlines. Work hard, fly right. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Two-zip. Indians lead it. As we go to the second inning, Trevor Crowe, Andy Marte, and Luis Valbuena against Luke Hochevar. Trevor Crowe has now hit in his last 6 games, going 10 for 25. He's in right field tonight as Chu serves as the designated hitter. Yeah, you think about a long game last night.
Wet conditions. He's been playing every day.
Give Chu a day off his feet at least.
Absolutely, I agree.
Line drive. It gets past the first baseman, Kaiahui. I don't know if maybe he lost that in the shirts behind home plate. He just didn't get a real good read on it. Either that or Rick, or it was really hooking away from him. But Trevor Crowe says thank you very much. He's got a leadoff double.
Well, the third hit today, and all 3 hits have been extra bases. The double by Sutton, the homer by Chu, and now a double by Crowe. He goes down and in. That's his zone. He loves it down there. able to keep that ball fair. We didn't get a real good look at it. You're right. He went sideways. Looked like he came in before he went sideways. Maybe he did lose it in the shirt. It's hard to tell.
Andy Marte with the leadoff man at second base. Marte batting .212 on the season. Now, since June the 7th, he's batted .213 in his last 53 games. And there's a ground ball base hit through the left side. Well, he didn't have much of a hole to shoot for, but he pulls it through, and Crow stops at third. Indians at the corners to start inning number 2.
O'Shea with that sinker. He's a sinker ball pitcher and keeping it down, but did get a ground ball, but they find the hole. But balls have been hit very hard off him in the first 2 innings.
Luis Valbuena. Back to the screen, jumps on that first pitch. Valbuena has hit in 9 of his last 13 games, but still adding just 178. The 0-1. A little bit low. Gregor Blanco, the center fielder, is in and over toward left. There is a monstrous gap in right center field for Valbuena. But he's either a dead pull hitter where he goes from the right fielder to the line, or he flares it the other way, which is why they're positioned the way they are. Back over the screen. Trevor Crow is at third. He doubled to start the inning. Marte at first, nobody out. Indians already up 2-0. And a base hit to center field. That's going to score Crow. Marte will stop at second. And Valbuena, he didn't get much of it, but it drops in, and the Indians lead it 3-0 as he drives in his 22nd run on the year. 3 straight hits now to open inning number 2 for Cleveland.
There's a fastball that really jammed Valbuena, but he gets enough of it, put it in play. Good things happen. It falls in. That's our McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Like an Egg McMuffin with cheese on a Sunday morning. Chris Jimenez will step in with 2 on, nobody out. 3 straight hits for the Indians. See if Chris can keep the carousel moving. Bunts it foul.
He's doing that obviously on his own.
Doesn't have a lot of hits, but 6 of his 10 have gone for extra bases.
Well, he only has 2 hits on the road. 2 for 22 this year.
Way outside to even the count 1-1.
Indians with 5 hits through their first 8 hitters.
O'Shaver steps away. Now he digs back in. One pitch. Swung on and missed. And now Jimenez down on the count 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Got him. That's the first out of the inning. Third strikeout for Hoshaver. NBC kicks off their new Monday night lineup tomorrow night, right here on Channel 3. The Nerdy Spy returns. A conspiracy of national and global proportions is discovered, and the hunt is on. Don't miss the season premieres of Chuck, The Event, and Chase. Tomorrow starting at 8 on Channel 3. Brantley pops it high in the air to left. Coming in, sunglasses on, Alex Gordon. Going out, Betancourt. Look out, they collide, and Betancourt hangs on.
Well, Betancourt's got to give way because it's easier play for Gordon. Looked like he was calling for it, but Betancourt was intent on catching it. And, you know, it's tough to take your eye off of, but you can see the outfielder standing right there. Betancourt obviously didn't hear him. So he may not have called for it, thinking that, hey, I'm going to be right there. It's my ball anyway. There he is. He did say his lips are moving. He was concentrating too much on the ball, but the bottom line is they did catch it.
Drew Sutton doubled to left center his first time up. Good block there by Pena. Hoshaver struggling here in the early going, but a chance to get out of this inning after it looked like the Tribe might blow him out.
There's a little slide piece there in the dirt. He's able to keep in front of him.
He's thrown 23 out of 32 pitches for strikes, but the Indians already with 5 hits and lead it 3-0. No question when Jim Joyce calls a strike. 1-1 the count. The 1-1. And he's trying to tie him up. Missed inside. No appeal necessary. 2-1 the count. Sutton picked up off waivers from the Indians. Off waivers from Cincinnati, excuse me, by the Indians. Now the 2-1 pitch. They're really making a concerted effort to keep the ball in. And it's 2-2.
Well, that first time up may have changed their philosophy because he drilled the ball to left center field to short hop the wall out there. Hit it well.
Sutton was recently called up from AAA Columbus in the middle of the Clippers' run for the Governor's Cup championship, which they ultimately secured by besting Durham. And now they're headed for a 1-game showdown with Tacoma of the PCL to determine the overall AAA champion. But the fact that it's only a 1-game deal is a little bit foreign for baseball. The 2-2 with 2 on and 2 out, and Sutton fouls it away. Two on, 2 out. Second inning. Hoshaver just out of sorts.
Yeah, taking a lot of time. I don't know if they're on he and Pena not on the same page or what, but he is really being very deliberate.
In the dirt, full count.
Well, you better throw a strike here because he's got somebody awfully hot on deck.
Shin-Soo Choo would be next. He's already hit a slam in the series. If you're Sutton, you've got to expect the fastball here, right?
Yes, indeed.
3-2. He got it. And he bounces it to first. Kaihui will go himself. 3 straight hits to open the frame. Indians tack on a run. 3-zip Cleveland, middle of the second. A regular here at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City.
Love the boots.
That's what the superheroes that you watched as a kid, that's what they would look like if they were actually able to age in real life.
He was in good shape back in the 70s when we played here.
He was chiseled. He had a six-pack.
He actually used to fly around the field when they hit a home run.
Now he's had one too many six-packs.
Yeah. That's right. He drank his six-pack.
There's the 1-1 to Wilson Betterman. Roped foul, first base side. Betterman batting .359 at home this year. That's the 7th best home batting average in Major League Baseball. Two for 8 so far in this series. Foul out of play. And while we have a moment, we want to send along best wishes, get well wishes as soon as possible to Michigan State head football coach Mark D'Antonio, former Ohio State assistant, stopped by and spent some time with us in the booth a couple years ago when we were in Detroit, when Brian Hoyer was the starting quarterback. But he and the Spartans had an incredible win last night over Notre Dame on a fake field goal in overtime, and then late that night after the ballgame, he suffered a heart attack. He was admitted to the hospital. They performed a procedure where, according to the story, they put a stent in, and he's resting comfortably. Well, everything seems to be okay. He's going to be out of action for a while.
I'll get well soon, Coach.
Yeah. Good man.
Good win.
Great win.
Great call.
Yeah. Gutsy call.
Right. Coach, I mean, that might have given you a heart attack right there, that call, if it didn't work.
Now the 2-2 pitch to Betterman. Got him looking. First strikeout for Tomlin. He's retired the first 4 in order to start this game.
You know what I liked about that at bat? He pounded him in early.
and he got him out away late, right there, that little cutter away. He kept running balls in. Remember, he had a couple of foul balls over there and kept the fastball inside. So now when it comes down to getting him out, Beniment was looking in. He gets him out away. Nice sequence by Tomlin.
Also, Rick, a story I read this morning, Jason LaRue, the Cardinals catcher who was injured by Johnny Cueto when Cueto kicked him in the head during that melee. LaRue's decided that he's going to retire now. The after effects of this most recent concussion have been very debilitating for him, so much so that he hasn't even been able to drive or even ride in a car. He said just going to the doctor, he had to close his eyes the whole time on the ride in the car. And he estimates that he's had, I think if I remember reading it right, close to 20 concussions going back to his earliest memories of playing in sports. So, he said he wanted to be able to walk away from the game on his own. He's a little bitter that,
it happened that way.
It was a kick to the head by a guy wearing spikes. Kaihui, the first Royal to reach, goes down to first with one out here in the second.
Well, I don't blame him. I would be bitter too. First walk today. The Indians last night in that ball game, only one walk in it. They did a nice job. That's one of the things that they're doing much better. No free base runners. Playing better defense. No errors.
Pena looks at the ball, and Jimenez is going to go out for a quick chat.
They made just 4 errors in their last 11 games. And when you don't make errors and you don't give them free base runners, that's a pretty good combination of not giving up many runs.
Pena, the reigning American League Player of the Week. There's a real good chance Mike Aviles could follow him down that path.
He's been hot.
And he slugs it into right field for a base hit. First hit of the day for Kansas City. Kaihui stops at second, and they've got 2 on with 1 out now for Alex Gordon.
There you go. Pena said that ball's right down into his wheelhouse. Stroked it nicely into right. So after the walk, that's their first hit this afternoon. First and second with 1 out.
Down low and a good backhanded stop by Chris Jimenez. Indians on top 3-zip. Royals threatening though with 2 on 1 out here and the home half of the second. Hop back out of play. Tomlin deals. Breaking ball and a good one, Rick. We haven't seen a lot of his curveball yet.
Not yet, but you will. Probably that second time through the lineup, they may be saving it. Trying to get through and get his control, which is not a bad idea. He felt he needed it on that pitch, and he throws it for a strike.
And a base hit into right field. That's going to load him up. Kaihui stops at third. A walk and 2 straight hits. And they're loaded with 1 out for Yuniesky Betancourt.
Check this pitch here. It's upstairs a little bit. Yes, right there, hard of the plate. And Gordon keeps his hands back enough so it's back-to-back hits. The Royals have the bases loaded, 1 out for a guy who has 3 grand slams already this year.
In the dirt, ball 1. Tomlin having a tough go of it here in the second. He retired the first 4 Royals to start the game, but then the walk to Kaihui, who was 0 for his last 11, has opened the door for Kansas City. 4 career slams,
3 this year.
Betancourt.
He's tied with Alex Rodriguez and Adrian Gonzalez, who have 3 as well.
Checked, it was low, 2-0. Now the 2-0. A little bit high with the heat. He's fallen behind 3-0, and now he is in trouble. Nowhere to put him. And Betancourt, you would imagine, is taking here.
You know, you never know nowadays. 3-0 count. I would have to say yes, he's got to be taken. I don't care if he has 3 grand slams or not. We saw it the other night in a game when the Indians won it 11-4 as Dribble Cabrera in the 9th inning swung at a 3-0 pitch. So you never know.
Matter of comfort. Well, we know one thing. If he gets a pitch here, he'll probably be turning it loose. And the 3-1 is outside. He's walked in a run. 2 walks in the inning. And it's a 3-1 ball game. Betancourt with his 71st RBI, now 1 behind Billy Butler for the team lead.
Well, it was a walk to start this inning, and it was a walk to give him a run in this inning.
And after 4 straight reach, Tim Belcher makes a trip to the mound. Mitch Meyer will be the batter, left-handed hitter. Well, while we have a moment, let's have a look at the AT&T trivia question today. AT&T Rethink Possible. Baseball, football, it all comes together in this trivia question. There have been 4 brother combinations who have played for both the Indians and the Browns. One playing for one playing for the other.
Right.
Can you name the 4 brother combinations?
One brother played for the Indians, the other for the Browns, and there have been 4 combinations. Think about it. It's a great question. Thought you'd tie in a little football here. Well, Kansas City's back in Cleveland playing the Browns, the Chiefs.
The most recent brother, I'll give you one little hint. The most recent brother played at Progressive Field
for the Indians.
Then Jacobs Field. Mitch Meyer looks at the ball down low.
Matty already given hints. You've never given a hint on a trivia question before.
Well, it's only because we know the answer. This is one we talked about this earlier in the year. There's another base hit. Pena scores. Gordon's coming home. He will score. And the Royals come back to tie the game. Mitch Meyer, who had been 0 for his last 7, drives in runs 38 and 39 on the year. And Betancourt, the go-ahead run, goes all the way to third base.
Well, there's a ball out over the plate. He gets a little swinger. That ball was down. I will say that. He got it off the end of the bat and gets it into right field. That'll score 2, give him 38, 39 RBIs. So the Royals come back and put 3 on the board with 3 hits in the inning and 2 walks.
Five straight Royals have reached, and Gregor Blanco flied to center. To start the game is at the plate. Boy, Blanco bunting it right back to the screen.
Well, it was certainly not a squeeze play. He must have been doing that on his own. But I mean,
the guy's giving up 5 straight base runners. That's just, you're just.
I know it. That didn't show which way he wanted to go. He just turned around and said, and tried to bunt the ball. I don't even know if he knows what he wanted to do.
1-1. Go ahead, run at third is Betancourt. Meyer at first. Blanco awaiting the 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. All of a sudden, Josh Tomlin has thrown 40 pitches now and only 21 for strikes.
Well, normally he's a control guy. He doesn't have it. You can tell he's searching for it. And now the pitches that were in the first inning, he breezed through it. This inning, pitches up, out over the plate. Walking guys, that was a good pitch. And he really did start this inning off well when he struck out Benjamin. Remember, he started him off inside. He got the strikeout away on a call. Then it was the walk. And then it's been from the stretch. Ever since he's been in the stretch, he's been struggling.
Well, here's the 2-2, and Blanco fouls it out of play. The right-hander ready in the 2-2. And he struck him out. 2 down.
Comes back with that curveball. Really changed the eye level here, and he got him to chase it one out of the strike zone. And there you'll see. So both outs in the inning have been strikeouts.
Now he'll have to deal with the Royals' hottest hitter, Mike Aviles. He was 6 for 11 now in the series. Hit in 9 straight games. In his last 5 games, he's batting .619 with 4 homers and 7 ribbies. That's why he very well could be the American League Player of the Week when it's all said and done. Popped him up, foul, back out of play. Avila's the 8th man to bat in the order, bat in the inning for Kansas City. And the 0-2 pitch. He got him off at first. He's caught in a rundown, but he turns, throws back to home. Safe. Unbelievable.
Well, Tomlin held on to the ball too long. He did the right thing. He never looked back before he chased down Meyer, so that'll be a double steal. Is what's going to happen. You give a stolen base to Meyer, but also Betancourt for stealing home. You see, he just held on to it. He wanted to go at the runner, but you've got to remember there's a man on third base. They steal the 4th run in the inning, and they'll take the lead.
Like Jimenez was trying to argue that he blocked him off the plate. But Jim Joyce says no.
No, he got his foot in it, looked like, from our angle, at least to me.
Strikes him out, but not before the Royals come back with 4 runs to take the lead. Back here, top of the 3rd. Stay tuned later in the game and see our Miller Taste Greatness moment. Chu, Duncan, Laporta for the Indians here in the 3rd. Chu, a 2-run homer in the 1st. His 20th home run on the year.
Yeah, he has been swinging the bat very well. This series, the ball has jumped off his bat. We talked to him on Friday night after he hit the 3 home runs, and he says, you know, I had a lot on my mind, you know, back in Cleveland, whatever. He said, I'm just seeing the ball, hit the ball, and but he's done a great job of doing it.
How about those numbers? That's like wiffle ball.
In the backyard?
Yeah.
With the wind blowing out. And this is a big ballpark. Now, this is
not a home run park.
No, it's not. You earn it when you hit it in this ballpark. And that's what I'm saying. The Indians, they've done a good job in this series to hit the long ball. They've got 5 in the series. And Chu has 4 of them.
Luke fouled on the left side. His Korean fans, just about everywhere he goes, his name has become a household one in his native homeland. 2-2. Back to the screen.
Rightfully so, because he can play. By far the best player on this team. Every offensive category he's leading. Defensively, the most assists.
Breaking ball. Another hit for Chu. His 8th hit in the series.
It's Brian Pena's fault. He better, whatever he wants to put down, you better go the opposite.
He's just shaking his head at home plate. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you today at Kauffman Stadium. Shin-Soo Choo takes off, and he is a 20-20 man.
Again, second straight year. I told you he'd get it today. He didn't even hesitate.
His 20th home run on the first, his 20th stolen base here in the third. And one more look at that stolen base, courtesy of Saucony Shoes, inspiring every runner every day. At Saucony we run. And now Shelley Duncan has the tying run in scoring position here in the third. Hoshaver delivers, and Duncan drills it foul on the left side. Shelley has been swinging a hot bat of late, last 13 games, batting .303 with 3 homers and 7 driven in. Of course, he had that big night against the Angels on the last homestand, going 3 for 3 with a couple of home runs.
That was the last start that Tomlin made.
Scott Kazmir. The 0-2, blooped toward left, hangs up in the air for Gordon. Well, he looked like he had a tough time with the sun there, but he holds on for out number 1.
Well, join the Chu crew. Support the Tribe right fielder Chu with the new combo pack. You get a lower reserve ticket in the right field lower bowl and a Chu Crew t-shirt for just $30. Chu Crew combo is on sale now at any Indians team shop or visit Indians.com.
Down low. Bouncing ball up the middle, and it's knocked down by Aviles. Coming around third, putting the brakes on, and Chu is a dead duck.
Holy mackerel. Well, he was thinking base hit, and he was thinking score. Now, I don't know if they're going to give him a base hit on this ball or what. Aviles looked like he might have had him with Laporta running. He just doesn't come up with it cleanly.
Yeah, it's a base hit, and then he's out trying to advance.
Okay. Didn't give him a base hit. And then
he had his head down, though. He never picked up Steve Smith until it was too late. So with 2 down, Trevor Crowe and a runner at first. Ball 1 to Crowe, who doubled his first time up and scored a run. He's now hit in 7 straight games. Two and 0. 4-3, Kansas City on top. Indians batting here in the third. Had a chance to tie it, but a base running blunder has cost them. 2-1 the count for Crow. Two balls and 2 strikes.
I don't understand what he was doing there. 2-1 count.
Kind of like Blanco.
You got it in your favor, and you're going to bunt here with 2 outs. You got a man on first base. Don't understand it.
Yeah, 1 hopper to second. That'll end the inning. 4-3 Kansas City, middle of the third. Looks at a ball down low as we go to the bottom of the third. Royals with a 4-3 advantage. Butler, Wilson Bedemet, CLE AT KCA against Josh Tomlin. Ground ball to short. Sutton with a slight bobble but hangs on. 1 away. Going to bring up Wilson Bedemet, who was called out on strikes his first time up. And now 0 for his last 6. Breaking ball in for a strike. Tomlin's fastball sails wide. Two and 1. That is high and deep and foul.
I didn't think any of those people that were sitting down that right field line were thinking they were going to get a ball today when they came to the ballpark. That was foul, high and deep.
Sailed up high, and the count goes full at 3-2. Now, time is called by Wilson Bedeman. You know, I didn't realize it, Rick, last night with the rain delays. We actually had 4 rain delays last night because the one miscommunication when crew chief Darryl Cousins sort of waved the ground screw on, but nobody really knew what he was doing because he didn't really make himself clear. Yeah, they called that a rain delay.
They did.
Yeah, it was 2 minutes. We had a 2-minute rain delay last night.
So we went with 4.
Yeah, Trevor Crowe said afterwards, he goes, I've never seen a 2-minute rain delay. That was a first for me.
Well, if they considered that a rain delay, it's a first for me, too.
That's what I was thinking. Oh,
I remember him calling it out. I didn't know they officially, put it down as an official rain delay. It's ridiculous. They never even got. They did get the tarp into fair territory. I will say that.
High in the air.
Better run.
Marte completely lost it. The only guy with a chance is Sutton, and he grabs it just inside the line.
That was a fair ball, too.
Nice job by the Indians shortstop. 2 down. Time for our Subway Fresh Face of the game. Jason Smith for Lake County, 1 for 3 with a solo dinger in their Game 3 win over Clinton. Well, they can wrap it up tonight. Good luck to the Captains. Even the players were trying to figure out why the game wasn't called last night.
What do you mean? After? Then they restarted it for the 7th, 8th, and 9th?
Yeah.
That was hard to figure. They were fortunate enough to get to make it an official game. They ended up actually getting 6 innings. That's going to stay in.
Marte says he's there. He is. And the Royals go 1-2-3. And they lead it 4-3 after 3 innings of play. Here today, drive down a run. Going to the 4th inning of play, Andy Marte will lead it off for the Indians. Marte looks at a ball outside. He Singled his first time up through the left side of the Royals infield. He'll be followed by Luis Valbuena and then Chris Jimenez. Back over the screen. Got him to chase up high, 1-2. Two and two the count. Hochevar has made 60 pitches now in the ballgame. 42 have been strikes. Marte is punched out. 4 Ks for Hochevar. One down here in the 4th inning.
Well, next Friday, or actually next Thursday, the series will start against the Kansas City Royals. But on Friday, it's a student special with half-price student ID night and also dollar dog night. Show your student ID and get up to 50% off tickets, and you can enjoy $1 hot dogs all night long.
0-1 to count as Luis Valbuena takes a strike. He singled straight up the middle his first time up today. Tapper back to the mound. And Hochevar throws him out. 2 away. Chris Jimenez struck out his first time up. The 0-1 delivery. Fouled back out of play. Royals manager Ned Yost wasn't really looking for Hochevar to go out and dominate today. Basically what Yost was hoping for, he said, quote, I just hope he finishes healthy, strong, and ready to go next year. In terms of today, I'm not looking for anything. Just go out and pitch and be healthy when he's done.
Yeah, well, 78 pitches in his last start, so, you know, he's not going to be around much longer. Maybe he can go 5, depending on that pitch count. As I said, he missed most of the year.
He was just activated September 3rd. He had been on the DL since June 12th because of a sprain in that right elbow. Ned Yost saying, you know, his command's been off. Well, his commands look pretty good today. 47 out of 66 pitches, 4 strikes.
Well, he had a complete game win against the Indians back in Cleveland. That came May 20th. Gave up 4 hits, 3 runs. Walked a couple, struck out 7. And then he won against Texas in his next start on the 26th, but that was it. He hasn't won since.
Hochevar, for his part, wants to go at least 90 pitches today. We'll see how that works out for him. Count goes full, 3-2 with 2 down and the base is empty here in the 4th inning. Payoff pitch. A little bit outside, ball 4. 2-out walk to Jimenez turns it over to the top of the order. And Michael Brantley, who is already 0 for 2 today. Let's get our 5-star league leaders brought to you by the GMC Sierra. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. Brantley's hit in 18 in a row, longest current hit streak in the big leagues. Ball inside. A little surprised Troy Tulowitzki's name wasn't on that list. It seems like he's been so hot of late.
Isn't that the truth? He had 14 home runs, 33 RBIs in the month of September.
It's insane. I mean, it's just. And the Rockies start today 1 game out of first, a half game behind San Francisco for second. Padres, Giants, Rockies all bunched together in the NL West. Padres trail the Cardinals 2-0 early in St. Louis. Brantley with a fly ball to center field. Back goes Blanco. And the inning is over. We head to the bottom of the 4th in Kansas City. Royals on top 4-3. Luke Hochevar has pitched fairly well here for Kansas City. The big thing is he got behind early 3-0. His team rallied back to take a 4-3 lead, and since then he's kept the Indians off the board. Josh Tomlin will face Brian Pena, Alex Gordon, and Yuniesky Betancourt. Pena fouls that over toward the Royal dugout. A little bit tight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Speaking of that National League Western Division race, Rockies at the Dodgers later today. Giants host the Brewers later today. Cardinals out in front of San Diego 2-0. You said yesterday, we were talking about Ryan Ludwig, and you said watch him have a big game today.
Yeah.
Hit the game-winning home run last night.
Did he? I told you. I mean, everything, you know, he went back where he played very well for the Cardinals, and everything was just, you know, a tick away from him. He almost made a couple of nice catches. He got jammed a couple times, got robbed of a couple base hits. I knew the next day would be his day.
He was indeed, propelling the Padres to the win over San Diego. Scoreboard update brought to you by Wendy's. You know when it's real. Wendy's.
You know, he was fortunate enough where when he was traded to a contender. You know, you go from a team that they needed pitching, although they didn't know how much they were going to miss his bat. And right now he's in first place.
I'm trying to remember. Do you remember that trade? I'm trying to remember who.
Well, that was the Westbrook trade. Three-teamer.
That's right.
That was Westbrook. He went to San Diego. Jake goes to St. Louis.
One down here in the fourth. Yeah, because normally you don't see a couple of contenders trade with each other normally. Occasionally it happens. Yeah, because we ended up with the Double-A pitcher from San Diego, Corey Kluber. Here is Alex Gordon, who singled and scored his first time up. Didn't go. Alex Gordon with a base hit in the second inning, stopped an 0 for 12 slump. That's way foul. That guy went diving for that ball, took quite a tumble, but everybody
and the people in front of him. I mean, he almost broke their backs and their necks.
That's not grass you're diving on, pal. These are people.
All for a foul ball.
2-1. Check foul. Atlanta beating up the Mets 6-3. They're in the seventh at Citi Field.
Big showdown tomorrow, though.
Atlanta, Philly?
Yes, they'll march into Philly.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 down. Well, this is another Josh Tomlin outing that we've already seen this year. Remember in Boston, he had that one hiccup in the middle of that game.
Yes.
Ended up costing him, but then he settled down right after it and got into a groove. Well, here today, he allowed 5 straight guys to reach and nothing since.
You're right. He gave up the grand slam to Adrian Beltre for 4 runs, but they ended up getting beat 4-3 that game.
He's retired 7 in a row since the problems in the second inning.
And it was stemmed. It was his problem, the walk. The walk started that whole thing. He went into his the stretch, and as you said, he ended up striking out the side in the second inning. But that's, as you mentioned, 5 guys reached base and 4 runs later, and they ended up having that double steal. And it was his fault that gave him the 4th run after he had a guy picked off.
Yeah. Now the 0-2 to Betancourt.
And Betancourt was the guy that walked in the first run. He hit with the bases loaded. And did he miss on 4 straight, I believe?
To Kaihui?
No, to here. Right here to Betancourt.
I don't remember.
It was a 5 pitch. It was 3-0 and he took one. That's right.
Kaihui was 4 straight. High fly ball, left field routine there. Duncan. He's got it. And Josh Tomlin has retired 8 straight Royals hitters, but Kansas City leads it 4-3. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by McDonald's. Get a new Chicken McNuggets party pack. 50 Chicken McNuggets for $9.99. McDonald's, I'm loving it. By KeyBank. Stop in and start a conversation and unlock your possibilities. And by Panini's. Now open in Chagrin Falls, Solon, and Brunswick. Visit PaninisGrill.com. Fifth inning here in Kansas City, Missouri. Drew Sutton batting for the Tribe, 1 for 2, doubled and scored in the first. One pitch missed inside. There's a base hit to right field, and Drew Sutton is 2 for 3 today. Indians get their leadoff man aboard. Tribe had a golden opportunity back in the third, wiped out by a base running mistake. Let's see if they can take advantage of getting their leadoff man on here in inning number 5. This is where Luke Hochevar was removed from his last start. 78 pitches. That's pitch number 78 coming right here.
He said he's looking for 90.
He wants to get to 90 pitches today. And with no activity in the bullpen, it appears that Ned Yost will at least let him try to work through this 5th inning unless he gets into trouble real fast.
Well, that could happen with the part of the lineup he's facing.
Chu cuts and misses. Shin-Soo Choo has had a memorable series. Look at that, 8 for 10. 4 home runs.
He's a 20 guy again for the 2nd straight year.
10 runs driven in. Brady Sizemore's done it 4 times, and all of a sudden Chu is on that list as well. Double play ball to second. 4-6-3. Twin killer. Aviles Betancourt on to Kaihui to erase the potential threat. Here's our game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Shin-Soo Choo's 20th home run of the year. Made it 2-zip Cleveland. They led 3-0. But then Mitch Meyer drove in a pair to tie it in the bottom of the second. And then Josh Tomlin came off the mound and ended up being a double steal. And the Royals take a 4-3 lead. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com.
Well, Hochevar got the ground ball, the one he needed. He's only had a couple of ground balls today, but he got it at the right time.
Duncan fouls it back. Playable here for Pena. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 4-3 Royals. It's a 4-3 Royals lead, bottom of the 5th inning here in Kansas City. Mitch Meyer, Gregor Blanco, and Mike Aviles. Mitch Meyer drove in a pair in the 2nd inning. And that was a big, big hit for Kansas City. Tied the game.
Well, the thing of it is, he had him picked off at first base. You know, it was the 1st and 3rd. He faked the 3rd, and, you know, how often do you see that move work? Well, it worked then. It's just that Josh ran at Meyer between 1st and 2nd, and Betancourt ended up coming in from 3rd to score. Tomlin trying to work through this inning to make it 10 straight starts. He'll be starting his career to pitch at least 5 innings. Last guy to do that was Herb Score.
Yeah.
The Royals in town next Saturday. It'll be Kids Fun Night on the Plaza. Great lower box seats still available. Visit Indians.com for your tickets.
Gregor Blanco 0 for 2 today. He's fly to center and struck out. Takes the first pitch strike. Outside, 1-1. It's in the air and out of play. A little bit low, wouldn't chase. Josh Tomlin had that rough patch, as we mentioned, in the 2nd inning, where 5 straight Royals reached. They scored 4 times, but since then he has shut them down. That might drop in, and it will. Blanco with a little blooping bleeder that falls, and that snaps a string of 9 in a row retired by the Indians' right-hander. Mike Aviles struck out his last time up, 0 for 2 today. Swung out and missed. There are times when Aviles looks like he really pulls off the ball badly.
Well, he's been as hot as he's been all year, and he's been hitting for power, so he may be cheating a little bit to try and hook one. But you're right, he's got that swing. When he's hitting over 300. When he had that rookie year, he hit about 320. That bat flies open. He uses the whole field when he's swinging the bat well. Look at him. Keeps that bat flying up top.
Weakly hit towards second. Valbuena will apply the tag. Quick throw to first. Got a double play. Now, Blanco is complaining that he never got tagged, but second base umpire Darryl Cousins says no dice. Inning over. And we'll go to the 6th, 4-3 Royals. Top of the sixth, today's Mark's deep discount of the game. Mac and cheese 5-pack, 2 for $7 at any Northeast Ohio Mark's location.
So come into your nearest Mark's, where you'll find a huge selection at low prices every day.
Matt Laporta leads off the sixth inning for the Tribe. He is 1 for 2 with a single. His base hit in the third looked like it was going to set the Indians up for a potential big inning, at the very least, a chance to maybe tie the game. But his single was knocked down by the second baseman, Mike Aviles, and Chu, who was running on the play, rounded third too far. He didn't pick up his third base coach, and the Royals threw behind him and tagged him out. That was the second out of the inning, and the Indians have not threatened since. And Luke Hochevar continuing to pitch well. He may go past 90 pitches today. In fact, he will, because there's nobody warming in that Royals bullpen. He's pitched pretty free and easy the last 2 innings.
Well, that first couple innings, he made that mistake to Chu. Chu left the ball middle of the plate. The way he's swinging it, he hit it out of here. And then struggled a little bit. The first 3 guys reached in the second inning. But after he got out of that, he's really settled in. And he's been able to, it looks like he slowed it down a little bit.
Jammed him, rolled toward third. Betterman throws him out, 1 away. Hey, let's take one more look at this ball. Remember, Blanco argued, and here's why he argued, because Valbuena took the ball out of his glove and never really did tag it.
No, it wasn't even close. And, you know, Cousins says, yes, you're out. Watch, the ball's in his bare hand. Misses him, nowhere close. And he realized he was going to have to throw it to get the guy at first base, but Cousins standing right there says, no, you're out. And then I think he called for the tarp. But that is a double play. I mean, it looked close enough, but you know, when you're a base runner and you're out there, your job is to not get tagged. And he doesn't tag you, you have to say something.
Well, Hochevar wanted to get to 90 pitches. He's gone over that mark. He's at 91. And Ned Yost staying right with him. Again, nobody throwing in the Kansas City bullpen.
Well, I think one of the reasons is because it's been, as you mentioned, stress-free. After the first couple innings, he's settled in.
And I'm sure he's working off the right-hander as far as talking to him between innings, and his body language, he looks pretty fresh. But I would guess this will be his last inning. 2-1. Now it's 3-1 with Andy Marte due next. Swung on and missed. Full count. We reared back. Found a little extra, 94 miles an hour, and threw it right past him. Crow doubled and scored back in the second. That's the last Indians run today. And he struck him out. 5 Ks for Luke Hochevar and 2 down here in the 6th. Let's answer the AT&T trivia question. AT&T Rethink Possible. See how many of our fans were on it with the Browns and Indians brother combo. The first, of course, was Leroy and Pat Kelly. Then you had Alex and Ron Johnson, Carl and Mike Pagel, and the last 2, Wayne and Terry Kirby.
Good trivia question right there.
Swing and a miss by Marte. 1 for 2, struck out his last time up. Hochevar's 1-1. Oh, that looked like a pretty good pitch. Marte caught a break. And the count is 2-1. Foul back out of play. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down here in the 6th. Hochevar fires, and Andy fouls this one back towards us over our head. Pitch number 100 is a souvenir for somebody here today. Not a bad Sunday afternoon crowd here in Kansas City. 2-2. Check swing, back to the mound, easy play. And 6 strong innings for Luke Hochevar. He's in front 4-3. Four 4-3 Kansas City as Billy Butler steps in to lead things off for the Royals here in the 6th. Billy Butler grounded to second in the 1st inning, grounded to short back in the 3rd. He has been a man on fire of late for KC. Leads the team in runs batted in with 72. And it's 40 doubles on the year. Josh Tomlin working into the 6th inning. Third Indians pitcher since 1920 to go at least 6 in his first 10 starts. Fouled on the right side, 0-2. Hang on, big fella, hang on. What is that guy tied to a cord? Oh, he's got some oxygen working. He almost ran out of tubing as he was rolling down the aisleway to get that foul ball.
Yeah. He got it.
Yes, he did. He would not be denied.
He would not be denied. Sit down and have a sip of the cold one.
No balls and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Royals leading it 4-3. And that's up too high. Up high it is. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball went too far inside, and now the count is full. And Aaron Laffey loosening in the Tribe bullpen. Butler lines it toward right. Good break by Crow, but he couldn't get to it.
Yeah, when you can hit, you can hit. Boy, that guy, he is a very good hitter. First one of the day.
6 for 11 in the series for Billy Butler.
He's a tough out, and this is one reason why he goes the other way. You know, he was down in the count 0-2. So he's fighting his way back in, and now after you get down 0-2, you're just concentrating on everything going the other way. And he doesn't take much off his swing, but he got to pitch up, and he fights it off the other way and gets a base knock. The Royals with 5 hits today, all singles.
The ball smashed by Betterman, deep center field, off the wall. Brantley fumbled with it a little bit, but Butler will stop at third anyway. A double by Betterman. And the Royals are in business here in the 6th with runners at second and third and nobody out.
Remember how quickly Tomlin lost his last start in the 6th inning. It was 3 straight hits, and they had to get that bullpen up in a hurry. And there's a ball middle of the plate. First extra base hit. And right there, Butler didn't read that very well, because you know what? That's off the wall. That ball was smoked. And he rambles into third base. Normal guy, you would end up scoring there. He does not. They have to hold him up. So they're second and third, nobody out, and a chance to add to the 4-3 lead.
Well, Manny Acta looks like he's going to go to the mound and make his move here, with the left-handed portion of the Royals lineup due up here. Aaron Laffey will be coming on when we come back. Kansas City on top 4-3. (4-3) Kansas City. Josh Tomlin out, Aaron Laffey in, and we'll pause for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. This pitching change is brought to you by H.H. Gregg as Aaron Laffey comes on to face CLE Kayahui. Laffey has bounced back and forth, bullpen starter, AAA, big leagues. Feel like his velocity has gotten better, and so he's back up here to see what he can do.
Well, right. When he was last time he was here, he was throwing about 83.
He said he felt like he was throwing a wiffle ball.
Well, a dead arm. Well, we'll see what happens.
Fouled off the bat. 85 miles an hour on that pitch. He's never been a guy that blows up the radar gun.
No, he is not. I mean, and that's not the thing, but he certainly used to throw 89.
He was topping out at 82, 83.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Manny said his velocity had been clocked back up in the high 80s.
Well, and what I've noticed in this series, this gun is a little high.
That ball's drilled deep right field, over the head of Crow, hits the base of the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Kayahui into second with a 2-run double. 6-3 Kansas City. 4th double for Kayahui. His 14th and 15th runs batted.
Close the book on those runs belong to Josh Tomlin. Second pitch by Laffey. It's a breaking ball and a hanger, and it goes a long way over the head of Chu. I watched him. You don't want to leave it middle in to a left-hander. I was watching Aaron throw warm-up pitches. He threw a couple of sliders, and they were not very good. And his first one right there is a hanger.
Well, as soon as you saw Trevor Crow turn around in right field, you knew he wasn't going to make a play on it. That ball was really hammered, and Kayahui has not done much of that. In fact, that's his first and only hit in the series. Still nobody out. Brian Pena punches it foul out of play. Tapper back to the mound. Laffey looks the runner back. Throws out Pena, 1 away.
If you're looking for a fun location for a special occasion, you can book a suite out at the ballpark. You can have a party, a client event, family reunion. Progressive Field Suites host from 10 to 60 and offer a fantastic view of the game. 216-420-HITS for more details.
Alex Gordon 1 for 2 on the afternoon, singled and scored in the second inning. Laffey misses with an off-speed pitch. Popped him up. Brantley, the center fielder, has that 2 away. Brings up Yuniesky Betancourt. He walked and scored in the second, fly to left to end the 4th inning. Ground ball to second base. Betancourt Bobbles in momentarily, but picks it up, throws him out, and the inning is over. Royals get 2 more, and we'll go to the 7th, 6-3 Kansas City.
Brought to you by AT&T. Find out more of what's possible at att.com. AT&T, rethink possible. By the Sierra from GMC. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. And by Wendy's. You know when it's real. Wendy's.
6-3 Kansas City on top. And as we go to the 7th inning, the Royals go to their bullpen. Right-hander Gil Mesh will come on now in relief of Luke Hoshaver. Did a dynamite job this afternoon.
Yeah, he did. He settled in after giving up a couple of runs in the first, one in the second. Really settled down.
Disappointing year for Mesh. He has not been healthy, and he has not been able to be their workhorse that he has been throughout most of his career. Albuena pops it back out of play.
Mesh went on the DL at end of May. He had shoulder bursitis and was out till September. So this was really a lost year for him. You know, you think about the innings that he logged the last couple of years after he signed that big deal here. May have had something to do with that shoulder. 243 of his 250 major league appearances have been starts.
High fly ball right field. Mitch Meyer. One away. Here's our Miller taste greatness moment back in 08. Remember this? Fausto Carmona up and in, hit Gary Sheffield, and then Sheffield eyeballing Carmona. Carmona said, "What you looking at, Willis?" And then it was on. And Sheffield picked the wrong guy to go out. Carmona went right at him, hog-tied him, threw him down, and then punches got thrown and feelings got hurt.
You know, he promised that he was going to get even and retaliate. Did he ever get him?
He retired.
Doesn't matter.
He didn't retaliate. He retired. Chris Jimenez with a line drive to left field, and Gordon caught that for out number 2. That looked like that was really bearing down on him. So with 2 away, Michael Brantley to the plate. Mesh deals, and Brantley looks at the ball up high. Michael 0 for 3, so this potentially could be his final at bat and his last opportunity to keep that 18-game hitting streak alive.
Well, he's done it a couple times in extra innings, a couple times in his last at-bats. He did it in his first at-bat last night. No, it was his second at-bat last night. It was his first at-bat in game 1 of this series.
Check swing foul right back. 1-2 the count. A little bit high.
There it is.
Loop toward left field, dropping, base hit. Michael Brantley keeps the streak alive. That's 19 in a row with a hit.
Well, there again, he was thinking 2 strikes. I got to think the other way. And, you know, he knows. You see that? Bring those hands inside. Didn't hit it hard, but he placed it perfectly. So, 19-game hitting streak now for Michael Brantley. And the beat goes on.
Drew Sutton, 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and a run scored. Up the middle, a base hit for Drew Sutton, and he has a 3-hit day here for the Indians. And Brantley stops at second. And the Tribe threatening with 2 down here in the 7th inning. Tying run coming to the plate. And what do you know? It's Shin-Soo Choo. Way back in the 1st inning. Put the Tribe on the top. Quick with a 2-run homer. His 20th home run of the season. Then in the 3rd inning, he stole a base. His 20th stolen bag of the year. Back-to-back 2020 seasons for Shin-Soo Choo. That's outside. Ball 1 to Choo. Nobody up yet in the Royals bullpen. Boy, he had a good cut, but he fouls it right back to the screen. And we're even at 1-1. Tough one for the Browns today. They had a chance against Kansas City. Had the lead for a good portion of that game, but they fall ultimately 16-14. The final score in Cleveland. Browns fall to 0-2. Bengals upended Baltimore 15-10. And the Steelers held on to beat Tennessee 19-11. Other big of note, Rick, the Cowboys lose. They're 0-2 to start the year. Vikings lose. They're 0-2 to start the year. 2 of the darlings of the NFC. And even though it doesn't seem like much, there aren't many teams that start 0-2 and make it to the Super Bowl. Out to the mound goes the catcher, Ryan Pena, to talk with Mesh as Shin-Soo Choo tries to put the Indians back in this game. They're down 6-3. But from what we have seen from Choo here of late,
well, one swing could tie it up, but that's what you're looking for, the way he's been swinging the bat in this series.
I mean, it's
4 homers. What's he got, 10 ribbies in the series?
Yeah. The 2-2. Breaking ball close, but it missed. Full count.
See, that's the pitch that if Gil Mesh has, that makes it extra tough on the hitter. He tried that pitch with Michael Brantley. He missed with it, and Michael got the base hit. He comes back and takes that hitter off. If he's throwing it for strikes, awfully tough. He hasn't thrown it for a strike, though. And he hasn't doubled up with it.
Runners will be off on the payoff pitch. Struck him out. Gil Mesh finally finds a way to get Choo. And the Royals stay on top 6-3. Get overstuffed at Panini's, now open in Chagrin Falls, Solon, and Brunswick. Coming soon to Twinsburg. Log on to paninisgrill.com for a list of all their locations. Mitch Meyer, Gregor Blanco, and Mike Aviles to bat for the Royals here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Meyer drove in a pair back in the 2nd. Fouled out in his last trip to the plate. Hit it up the middle. Backhanded by Valbuena. Off balance throw. In time to get him one away. Let's go back to the studios for an in-game update. Here's Dave Chudowski with the latest. All right, thanks, Dave. Oakland beating Minnesota today 5-2. Elsewhere in the American League Central Division, the Tigers and White Sox will play tonight. Crowd cheering as they were just alerted to the fact that the Chiefs upended the Browns today. Blanco with a base hit his last time up. 1-2 the count. Down the foul, or down the right side foul. Oh, they both got it. Who's got it? Oh, you take it.
Well, there you go. A young man gets it.
It's like twins, doesn't it?
Might be.
And they better get another ball. You can't give one of those two.
A little bit high, 2-2. Well, one's got the peanuts, the other one gets the ball. There you go. Blanco shoots it back out of play. Swung out and missed. Aaron Laffey with a strikeout, 2 down here in the 7th. Well, if you want to know what worked and what didn't work for the Cleveland Browns in their season opener, or actually in their home opener, then watch the point after tomorrow night at 7 on Channel 3. Join the voice of the Browns, Jim Donovan, Doug Deacon, Tony Grossi, and Sam Rutigliano for expert insight and analysis into your Cleveland Browns. It's the point after tomorrow night at 7 only on Channel 3. Strike to the inside corner. Mike Aviles 0 for 3 on the afternoon. One and one the count. Aviles trying to keep his 9-game hitting streak alive. Two and one. Three balls and a strike. Little squiver off the end of the bat. Laffey, the flip, and the Royals go 1-2-3. We go to the 8th. 6-3 Kansas City.
by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
(6-3) Kansas City with the lead as we go to the 8th inning. Gilmesh working just one inning of relief, gave up a couple of hits. Struck out a batter, and that was a big batter, striking out Shin-Soo Choo to end the inning. Blake Wood to face Duncan, Laporta, and Crow. Speaking of Wood, did you see how the Angels lost their game yesterday?
No, but I heard he had a throwing error.
Second time in a week they've had a throwing error
to lose a game, right? Well, it started in Cleveland in that, 12-inning game.
So Alberto Callaspo had the error against the Indians. And Brendan Wood against the Rays last night threw one in the dirt at first, bounced away from the first baseman, and the Rays came back to win it. Two balls and a strike. Shelley fouls that one over by the Indians dugout. Almost took out Michael Brantley.
Well, he wasn't bothering anybody. It looked like he was sitting on the bench. He had to jump up from his seat. You know, you're an everyday guy. You're playing. You just sit down on the bench and take it easy. The other guys are sitting up top watching.
Duncan again staying alive. Blake Wood ready now with the 2-2. Straight up in the air on the infield. Shortstop Betancourt calling for it. And he's got it one away. Tonight on STO, it's the second episode of the STO Par 3 Shootout. 16 are competing to win the right to make it to the final four-man shootout this week. Doug Deacon, Kevin Mack, myself, and Jason Trusnick from the Browns will compete in the Par 3 Shootout. Winner advances to the finals in a couple of weeks. Jim Donovan, Jim Hanlon bring you all the action tonight at 10 right here on STO. Matt Laporta with one hit here today. That came back in the third inning.
Infield single. Turned it around at the time where Chu overran third base and was thrown out. For the second out of the inning, and then he ended up getting thrown to ground out to get out of that inning.
And at that point, it was a one-run game, so it turns out a pretty big play in the ball game. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Now the 2-2 is in the dirt. Laporta able to lay off. Trevor Crowe waiting on deck as the Indians try to rally. They came in here looking for a sweep. They had a 3-0 lead, but since then 6 unanswered by Kansas City. Payoff pitch is a single for Laporta, his second hit of the day. And Trevor Crowe, who doubled and scored the last Indians run in the second inning, will be the batter now.
Laporta gets a little low fastball out over the plate. That'll be the 11th hit now for the Tribe. Second for Laporta.
Everybody's watching the clown who ran onto the field. He tried to sprint all the way across the outfield and then jump up onto the sidewall and get out of here. But once he hit that wall, he just stopped like a bug on a windshield. And then the KC police slammed him to the ground, slapped the cuffs on him, and that's that.
All right, it'll be an expensive afternoon.
Tell you what, he did show pretty good speed.
He could go all the way.
He made it.
He lost his bet, I'll tell you
He
that.
made it from line to line unmolested, but once he hit that wall, he didn't get any liftoff. He kind of ran smack into the wall. And now they will. Now it's the walk of shame. The perp walk, as they say.
Yeah.
They escort him down along the sidewall and heading toward the photo bay.
You don't see that much anymore.
I tell you, when I first glanced up, I thought maybe we had a streaker. That's your day. That's your era. Streakers back in the 70s.
That guy might have been here last night, never went home, and just slept in the stands. Okay, now that that's taken care of, get back to business.
Strike is called. One on, one out here in the 8th. Trevor Crowe facing Blake Wood. A little foul back toward the screen. Nothing in 2 to count. And they bounce her to second. Avila's had trouble with it, still couldn't find the handle, throws, and they still get him. 2 down.
That went from an inning-ending double play to you think, okay, you got a chance to keep the inning going. He bobbled it twice, but still able to get Laporta. Once, twice, and still gets him. That's amazing.
Andy Marte 1 for 3. Comes to the ball inside 2-0. Marte singled in the second inning. He has struck out, grounded out since then. Atlanta has a chance to pick up a game on Philadelphia. Line drive, base hit down the left field line for Randy Marte. Trevor Crowe on his way to third. He'll stop there. Andy Marte in with a 2-out double. And so now the Indians will bring the tying run to the plate in the second straight inning.
Well, that's the 12th hit and the third double for the Indians today. But boy, they're going to need one more to get back in this game. So the non-turn double play could come back and haunt the Royals. Gives them that one extra out. It's going to be up to Valbuena to do it.
Valbuena drove in the last run of this game for the Tribe with a little bloop hit in the second inning. And he swings through it, 96 miles an hour. That RBI hit by Valbuena in the second, his 22nd run batted in on the year.
At least Valbuena fouls as many balls straight back as any hitter I've ever seen. I mean, he's on the baseball. It looks like he's got the swing there, but he fouls it straight back time and time again.
Second and third, 2 down here in the 8th. Even a base hit here would make it a one-run game for the Tribe.
That's what I'm saying. You need one more hit to get back into it because you're going to face their closer, Soria, who looks like he's throwing right now. So you better get it right here because the chances of you getting 3 off Soria are slim and none. Slim left town.
Blake Wood sets the 1-2. Only threw it behind him, and that's going to get a run home. Trevor Crowe hesitated momentarily, but once he saw that ball kick away from Pena, he knew he had a clear path to home plate.
That was about even
as wild
close.
a pitch as I've seen in a while.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I mean, this one wasn't even near home plate. That had to miss by 6 feet. Watch where, I mean, Valbuena, that ball even started behind him.
And the reason Crowe hesitates is because sometimes in these ballparks, that ball hits behind the backstop. It can ricochet right back to the catcher.
Well, it can in the one we're going to tomorrow in Minnesota with the brick back there.
The 2-2 is outside. Full count. Three balls and 2 strikes with 2 down here in the 8th, and we may see Soria if he loses Valbuena. Bouncer to second. Aviles will throw him out. Indians get a run closer. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-4 Kansas City. Billy Butler, Wilson Bedemet, CLE AT KCA due up for the Royals here. Bottom of the 8th. Jensen Lewis delivers the first pitch strike. Lewis, the third Indians pitcher to work today. Josh Tomlin, the starter, went 5 innings, charged with 6 runs on 6 hits. Aaron Laffey, 2 scoreless innings of relief, allowing 1 hit. That 1 hit, though, drove in 2 runs. Those were the last 2 runs charged to Josh Tomlin. Indians bats really came alive first 2 games of this series. They started out hot today, but they have been pretty quiet since jumping out to a 3-0 lead on 5 hits in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, 12 hits. I mean, they did hit the baseball and found a way to get hits. They just didn't get them when they needed them. Their last run scoring on a wild pitch.
Butler hammers that down the left field line. He's headed for extra bases. And he will go into second base with a double. That's number 41 for Billy Butler. His second hit today and his 7th hit in the series.
Going to get a pinch runner now. Looks like Miller coming out of the dugout. That'll run for Butler at second base. Well, that ball that came back up. This guy's just a very good hitter. Gets his 2nd consecutive hit. The Royals get their 8th hit. And they're trying to get that run right back here in the bottom half of the 8th if they can.
Jay Miller on the run for Butler with Wilson Bedemet at the plate. He is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. And 2 the count on Wilson Bedemet. And he's out looking quickly.
Yes, it was 3 straight pitches.
1 down. We go back to the studios for an in-game update. Dave Chudowski has the latest on the Yankees and the Orioles. All right, thanks, Chud. Not many blown saves for Mariano Rivera, that's for certain. High fly ball, right field, coming in is Crow. And CLE AT KCA is out number 2. Bring up Brian Pena. In the hole, closed by Marte, throws him out, and the inning is over. We'll go to the 9th here in Kansas City. Still 6-4 Royals. 6-4 Royals lead it as we go to the ninth. Joaquin Soria on to try and close this one out for Kansas City. We'll get a pinch hitter for Chris Jimenez as Dribble Cabrera will come on and bat here to open the ninth for the Indians.
Well, that run in the last inning made it a little bit easier. Now it's a 2-run lead, but this guy has been lights out for Soria. He has 31 consecutive saves, 31 in a row, which is a franchise best. His scoreless inning streak stands at 19 right now.
Just missed inside. Out of play. The 2-2 from Soria. Line toward left field. Coming on Gordon. One away. Stay tuned after today's ball game. Over on Sports Time Ohio, we'll have the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. We'll have the highlights. Get you set up for the Indian Series in Minnesota that gets underway tomorrow night from Target Field. Next up here on Channel 3, it's the Dew Tour. We'll join that in progress just as soon as we wrap things up. Michael Brantley 1 for 4 on the day, extending his hitting streak to 19 in a row with a base hit in inning number 7.
Well, the times that we've seen Soria, you almost want to get after him early, because when he does get ahead of you like this, he has a couple of different weapons to go. The times we've seen him in the last few times we've faced him, he's got a big slow curveball, and there it is, a good fastball.
2 down in the ninth. Drew Sutton with a 3-hit performance, 2 singles, a double, and a run scored.
Well, there you see a located fastball, outside edge. His strikeout.
Bouncing ball in the hole, backhanded it short by Betancourt. And he got it. And the Royals avoid the sweep by winning the series finale here today, 6-4. With the win, Kansas City is now 61-87. The Indians drop to 62-87. The winning pitcher is Luke Hochevar, who goes to 6-5 on the year. The losing pitcher is Josh Tomlin, who drops to 4-4 for the Indians. Save goes to Joaquin Soria, his 39th save on the year. Time now for our play of the game, brought to you by KeyBank. Switch to Key, get a free Sony Bloggy. Visit key.com/bloggy for details.
Well, let's go back to the first inning. Shin-Soo Choo is going to get the Indians going. What a series he had. That'll be his 4th home run in the series. Gave the Indians a 2-0 lead. And then 3rd inning, he comes right up. First pitch after a single, steals second base. For the 2nd consecutive year, Shin-Soo Choo will be a 2020 guy for the Cleveland Indians. Very impressive for Choo. So that is going to be our KeyBank key play of the game.
Thanks so much for joining us for Indians baseball. Stay tuned for coverage of the Dew Tour. Join in progress. We'll have the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show over on Sports Time Ohio. For Rick Manning, I'm Matt Underwood. Thanks for watching.